Friends, you all by now, I think, probably know I have a new puppy. And by the way, who knew there was a National Puppy Day? You know. And of course, Laura, the new manager of our social media, send me some pictures of Bello. I said, because it's National Puppy Day. I said, well, who knew? So a bunch of you commented on those pictures. And I never had a puppy before, so I am trying to train him. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking that recognizing yourself as one who is intentionally decided to be trained is a perfect definition of a disciple. One who has deliberately and intentionally submitted him or herself to being trained into the likeness of the master. Like, you probably said, I want to be just like you when I grow up. Huh? I want to be just like you when I grow up. So I'm trying to train this dog to do many things. By the way, he is much more successful in training me than I am in training him. I got this potty training thing down perfect, So anyway, one of the things I'm trying to train him to do is to walk on a leash. Now, Boston Terriers, by the way, Bell's a Boston Terrier, what they're famous for is not walking on a leash, not walking, period. They prefer laying, sleeping, sitting, chewing a bone. Anyhow, so walking on a leash. So I'm trying to be deliberate about this. So on a nice day now, we've had a lot of them this winter, thankfully, the neighbors will have seen me out with this little dog, God bless you, out with this little dog, walking on the leash, and I'm walking like this, and I'm going, okay, walk with me, walk with me, walk with me. Then I say, all right, come on, walk with me. And every once in a while I throw in, by the way, because that's affirming speech, and you have to say it in that silly voice, like, oh, good boy, yeah, come on. So an attaboy, yeah, walk with me, yeah. And then I have the little training treats in my pocket. Oh, yeah, good boy, that's right, come on, good boy, attaboy, walk with me. And then I say, yes, this is walking, yes, good, walking. So this is what I've been reduced to. Right. Sisters and brothers, this is the second piece of the definition of the disciple who wants to be trained, and the one that is called and has accepted the invitation of Jesus to become his disciple, is that we have got to hear the voice calling us to do two things. Come to me. And walk with me. Walk with me. You may know that throughout this Lenten season, I've been doing this come, follow me business. But I needed more topics than 3 words, so I said, okay, now we'll do come, follow, me. And then I started reading the scriptures and all that kind of stuff, and it didn't work out, so I decided to do me, follow, come. So, if you know yourself to be a disciple and called to be a disciple and invited into this relationship with Jesus the Master, you know yourself to be one who is not simply a box checker Catholic. What have I done? The minimum thing to be a good Catholic. I want you to be a good Catholic, and I'm trying to be a good Catholic. But it's more than that. It is I know myself to be called to this ongoing relationship with the Master, and to subject myself to being trained to become like him. And it is an unending process for us, sisters and brothers. This is what the church and the scriptures, and especially our Holy Father in these days, and our bishop, is calling us to more. To not only be a good Catholic, check off all the boxes, necessary stuff, but to have the fullness of life. And so, this is the me. Now, follow. So I'm going to follow Jesus Christ as his disciples. I am a Christian in training. I know for years we've been saying, when you make your confirmation, you're done. Got it. You're an adult Catholic. You're the fullness of initiation. Sisters and brothers, that's the box checker Catholicism. That while it is true, it is not all there is for you and for me. So that we are going to be following the Lord Jesus. And so today we have Lazarus. Stands as kind of a picture story. Remember your picture Bible when you're a little kid? It's a picture story of precisely this process. Here it is that Lazarus, one who was loved by Jesus and Jesus loved him. That is the master-disciple setup. So Lazarus knew himself to be loved by the Lord and called by the Lord to become closer to him. And, however, we see in the scene today, he has himself trapped in the tomb of what I'm going to say is the box checker Catholic. While he is loved by the Lord and he knows he loves the Lord, he's been following close, trying to come like him, but now he finds himself static. I don't know if any of you in your faithful Catholicism have maybe found that to be the case. That we are, we're in the routine. Even the virtues that we have realized in our lives, they may have just become habits of ours, which are not dynamic. Why do you go to Mass on Sunday? Well, because it's the rule, and it's what we do. I've even heard parents say, listen, in this house, that's the way we go. That is such a low bar for your teenager. Why are we going to Mass? Why do we have to go to Mass? Because in this house, that's the way we live. You want to eat at this table? You're going to be in that church. That's what my father used to say. That's the way we do it around here. Sister and brother, check. That is the lowest motivation you can have. But it has worked for thousands and millions of Catholics forever. And guys like me are going to say, well, how many people came to church this Sunday? Okay, fine. Oh, that's 25% of all the people in the parish. And then I said, well, that's better than most places. There's always a priest standing around. Yeah, well, you ought to go to Europe. 10% of the people go to I said, well, that's a nice standard. Let's get down to that. Why do you come to church, sisters and brothers? Why do you come to Mass? Are you trapped in the tomb of good enough Catholic, box checker Catholic? And can you, if you are, if you'll admit it with me, I am in many of my habits of the faith, can you see and hear Jesus saying to you today, like I'm saying to Bello, and as he said to Lazarus, Lazarus, come out of there. Come here. If you want the fullness of life, get up and come here. Come to me. Come, follow me. And then he looks and he says to us, well, look at you and look at me. All wrapped up and wounded. I got bandages on me. I got the wounds of my life. The priest said a mean thing to me, or worse, hurt me in some way. The nun slapped my knuckles. I don't know. All that stuff. All the stories of why we are turned off by the institution of Catholicism. Great. But look at us. We're all wrapped up in it, sisters and brothers. I don't like, Father, you've got too much talking before Mass. People come to Mass, they ought to sit down, shut up, and don't say a word of welcome. Don't smile at each other, and do not move in on the bench when they come up and get next to you. That's the way I like it. Can you see a burial garment wrapped around that good Catholic? Never miss Mass, never miss Mass, never miss communion. But it's the walking wounded, sister and brother. And so what does Jesus say to Lazarus? Come out of there, come back to life, and folks, untie that poor guy and let him go. Come on, come on. Walk with me, walk with me, walk with me. And if you do, with me, you are going to get the biggest attaboy. Good boy, good girl, good daughter, good son, Good Christian. Matter of fact, long as we're at it, how about a treat? How about a treat? This communion-shaped gift of God himself. Right in the old kisser. Sisters and brothers, come on. Come with me. There is more for you as a disciple of Jesus Christ in the Holy Catholic Church than anybody has ever let us know. And it's here for you. It's here now. It's your church, your faith, your Jesus, your master, your Lord, your friend. And he's calling you to life.